Hi, I'm Stacy Richline with Water Dog Floating Yoga. Today we have our water dog with us, and we're out on the water, and we're going to talk a little bit about paddleboards, safety, what to wear, what to bring, and some paddling techniques. First, I'm going to talk about what to wear and what to bring. What I'm wearing is something that you can wear short. You can also wear yoga pants. You can wear a tank top. Or if you prefer to protect yourself further from the sun, you can wear a long sleeve or short sleeve rash guard. Also, you can wear swimwear. All right, next I'm going to talk about what should you bring to a SUP yoga or a SUP Pilates class. I like to bring a dry bag. If you don't have a dry bag, that's perfectly fine, but this will keep everything dry when you're on your board. Another thing you might want to consider bringing is a hat to protect yourself from the sun. I also like to make sure I have a pair of inexpensive sunglasses. This is in case they fall in the water, they blow away in the breeze. It's no big deal if you lose them. I like to make sure that I put on some sunscreen before I come to class, or that I bring it with me to apply. It's important to have water and to stay hydrated for any class or any time you're out in the sun. And you can store your water bottles on the bungees on top of the board. And the last thing, if you would like to bring a camera, I would definitely recommend a type of waterproof case with a lanyard. Next, I'm going to talk a little bit about safety. Well, first of here, I have my SUP pup with me. If you notice, he is wearing a life vest, and I would always recommend, if you have a dog or a child with you, that they have a life vest. On our SUP boards, every single board, we have a life vest on them for safety. You do not need to wear them during class, but it is an option if you're more comfortable. Each life vest is outfitted with a whistle that you can use. That's also for safety. Some other precautions we take are having a leash. So you just strap the leash around your ankle. This helps you stay connected with the board if you are to fall off, or so the board doesn't get away. Next, I'm going to talk about the paddle and about the board. First of all, the board has some different parts. The sides of the board, here and here, are called the rails. The front of the board is the nose. The back is the back. And the center of the board, where the handle is called the belly button of the board. About the paddle. First of all, when you have the paddle, you're going to adjust it for the correct height. You're going to put your hand on the top and make sure you can reach it with just a slight bend in your hand. When you're holding the paddle, you'll hold your top hand on the top like this, your other hand right here. And when you're stepping on the board, you're going to fully submerge the entire blade, so the entire blue portion of the paddle in the water, and you're going to stroke directly back following the board. So you'll lean forward and stroke back. You notice the blade of the paddle is always going to face away or outside from you. If you would like to change hands, you're going to take this hand, bring it to the bottom, put your other hand on top, and just adjust and switch to the other side. Another thing we want to consider when we're talking about safety is how we get on the board and how we leave the board when we approach the dock. So first, we always get on the board on the center of the board, and we're going to get on the board on our knees, centering ourselves over the handle. When we're paddling back and we're approaching the dock, we will go down on our knees again, and we'll approach the dock on our knees as well. This is for safety. This is in case we approach the dock suddenly or we lose our balance, we don't fall off from standing. So I want you to notice how I get on the board on my knees. I start from seated. I center my knees around the belly button, the handle of the board. Looks like my pup wants to come with me. And then I take my handle and I'm just going to give myself a push. I'm facing the nose of the board. I'm going to stay on my knees when I start. And I'm just going to very gently paddle out, fully submerging the whole blade of the paddle. All right, so when I'm paddling, I always have a slight bend in my knees so that I can move with the waves of the water. Today is a really perfectly calm day. Fully submerging the blade, letting it go straight back. And then switching strokes to the other side. As I'm approaching the dock, I'm going to go back on my knees. Notice I also have the leash, so my board, there's no chance of my board to get away from me. I'm going to approach with the board along the side, and I'm going to take my hands and come up seated, just like this. And you can always SUP with your pup. That's an option. Especially on a hot day like today, cools us both down.